Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be buying right here from Apple.com. Now remember, doesn't matter if you guys are a student or not, you can follow this tutorial. So first of all, make your account. But before we do anything such as go in the top right hand corner, tap right here, and then you just make an account. So to make an account, all you have to do is sign in. Or you can click on account, same thing really, because you're going to create an account if you don't already have one. If you have one, just sign into it. So before we do that and we get started, I want to show you, if you're a student, just go into Google. And in Google, just type in student Apple. And for example, if you're in Canada, just type in Canada. From here, your first option will say Apple Educational Pricing. And that's it. You can just go back. So you guys are going to see this, the Apple logo. Just tap on the Apple logo. And as long as you guys see up here where it says Apple for Higher Education, then you're good to go. Just go on and keep shopping and you will get the price of a student. Now, not everything does get a discount, but if you're buying a MacBook, for example, you do get a discount. But anyways, like I mentioned before, we're just going to go in the top right hand corner. We're going to tap here and go on and sign in right now. So just sign in or make an account. So once you tap there, again, just sign in with your Apple ID. If you don't have one, you can go on and make one. That's on the bottom right hand side. You're going to see create yours now. Once you tap there, just go on and fill out everything that says right here, putting an email. It does not have to be an Apple email. I did get a question about that. No, this could be your Gmail account, your Hotmail account, Yahoo account, whatever email you have, you will put it there. And you're not going to put in your email password, just create a password for your Apple ID. Then go on and put in a phone number. And down here below, you're just going to type in whatever you guys see on the left-hand side. Once you do that, all the way in the bottom, you're going to see continue. Just press on continue. And once you have done so, just go back into the store. So there's a few ways to buy a Mac. You can just go into Mac, for example, and then just click on the Mac that you want, so MacBook Pro. Or you can just go to store. That's the second option. So once I go into store, I can just scroll down and take a look at what I want, which does include Macs, for example. But the way that I personally like to do this is go right into Mac, and then I'm going to see what I want, which is the MacBook Pro, for example. If you would like any other Mac, it's going to be the exact same tutorial, by the way. So we're going to go on to MacBook Pro for now. Then we're going to go into this second option. You guys can go on into the 13-inch, but we're going to take a look at the new ones. And from here, you're going to see a lot of information about it. If you already have kind of an idea what you want, just press on buy, which is going to be on the top right hand corner. Once you do that, it's going to take you to this page. From this page, you're going to see 13, 14-inch, 16-inch. At this time, we're just going to go into the 16-inch. Scroll down. You will see all the options. I would choose whatever makes sense to you. So obviously the last option would be the best. So that's the M2 Max. As you guys can see, you get a lot from it, but the price, if you take a look at it, it's a lot more. You're paying almost $1,000 more for this one, which is maxed out really. Whereas the middle one, I would say would be what most people would want. Now I edit videos, so technically I should go for the most powerful one, but from what I've seen, especially with the new chip that Apple made, the M1, M2, even if you don't have the most powerful thing, you can still edit videos. I used to edit videos on my MacBook Air and I got just the base model. I was able to edit videos. Of course, bigger videos like 30-minute videos, HDR, those lagged out a little bit. So just a little bit lag there. And especially with the newest updates from Apple, started lagging even more. So that's why it's about time to upgrade. Once again, for me, this would be just enough, the middle one. And again, if you edit videos, 1 terabyte of storage is actually not even that much. Regardless, we're gonna scroll down. We're gonna just select this. Now I wanna highlight before we keep going, you're gonna see a postal code right here. Just make sure that's the right one. So you can edit it, so you can just tap on it and just putting another postal code if that's not yours. For me, that's fine, but just choose another one. So that way it gives you a good idea of when you're going to get your Macs. Right now, it's telling me that I'm going to get my Mac in about 6 days from now, which is pretty standard. Now, the more that you modify your Mac, the longer it will take to get to you, by the way. And keep in mind that later on, if you do choose to pick it up in our store, it might cost you even more if you have that option. Depends how much you customize this. So we're going to take a look at all the customization that we can do. So the base would be 19. You can upgrade it to a 30 core just for $225. So it could be worth it. Or even to a 38 core, which goes up by $470. Now, if you do video editing, this could be worth it. So paying those $225 could be worth it for you. So in my case, I'm just going to go on and upgrade it just to the 30 core. Now, if you're doing video editing, the 30 core might make sense to you. So adding those 225 could be worth it, or even the 38 core. But even then, what I've learned over time is that, especially with M1 and M2 computers, is that it's just better to upgrade later on than making your computer all maxed out with everything. So right now I would say this computer would last maybe 4 years maximum, then I have to upgrade to another one. And with the 30 core make a huge difference, will make a little difference. Anyways, I'm just gonna select the 30 core. It just makes sense just for 225 bucks, getting that much more from your graphic power. It just seems right. You do get 32 gigs, which again, it's good to go ahead and upgrade it, but I'm just gonna keep it as is because I think 450 is way too much, especially if you were like me and you used to update your RAM yourself, so you used to upgrade it yourself. It was way cheaper than that. Now 1 terabyte I would say is your base. I'm just gonna stick with that. That's good enough. I do have to mention that my main computer has 3 terabytes of storage. That way I have almost like a terabyte of free storage. And if you're thinking about getting more storage, maybe think about it getting an external SSD. Those work really great. Anyways, let's just keep scrolling down. I do want to mention that the Pro Apps bundle, educational, that might be worth it for you guys if you don't already have software. But if you do, you're pretty much done with this. We can just add this to our bag. From here, if you scroll down, it's going to tell you other stuff that you might need. And for a lot of people, I do have to highlight this, the USB-C to USB adapter. A lot of you are gonna end up buying this. So just think about it. The cable, on the other hand, I don't think many of you are gonna end up buying that. But adapters, a lot of you are gonna end up buying that. As for AppleCare Plus, that's offered down here below. I think it's worth it if you're moving around with your Mac a lot. And it does tell you here that it covers your battery, accessories that you get, so that's good. It does have unlimited repair for accidental damage. And just to show you a little bit more about AppleCare Plus, I'm just gonna tell you the reasons why maybe you shouldn't get it, is this, because they actually do charge you. So for any other accidental damage, they will charge you this much. They do charge you a service fee. And keep in mind, these are just the basics that they show us. There's way more that we have to read about this to see exactly how much they're gonna charge us. So things are different than way before when Apple, you didn't even have to buy AppleCare Plus. Apple would just fix your Mac for free without buying any of that stuff. Even being out of warranty, they would still fix your Mac. People did take advantage of that, and now that's no longer a thing. But anyways, let's just go to review our back, which is on the top right hand corner. And you're gonna see 2 options. You can check out with Apple Pay, or you can just click on checkout on your right hand side. If you're gonna use Apple Pay, just make sure to have your iPhone near you. If you have Apple Pay, most likely you already have an iCloud account. Apple's just pay with Apple Pay. If not, just going to checkout. It's going to ask you to put in your address, your billing information, such as your credit card, and so on. I'm going to show you both because even if you go to checkout, you could still pay with Apple Pay later on. Now, before we do that, we're just going to scroll down a little bit, and it's going to tell you that and right down here, it's still going to advertise a bit more about AppleCare Plus. But anyways, if you scroll down, you're going to see this. Order today, delivers. The date has in fact changed. And that's because I customized the Mac. I made that change. If I didn't make that change, I would get it faster because it's just the way that they built it. So for you, if you didn't customize your Mac, your date will be faster. If you customize it just a little bit, it might take longer. If you scroll all the way down, we're gonna see the total. So you're gonna see how much the tax is. That's 500 bucks. And right down here is the total, which is $4,366. Now, before I keep going, there was something fishy about the whole thing. So this is the base model. I actually went back and I looked at the base model. So this is the base model that I was looking at. And I told you guys, well, it's probably worth it to upgrade to the 30 core from the 19 core that we did. Well, if you do that, yes, it's only $200 more, but then they're charging more because it automatically goes up right here, your RAM. So here it is. So this is the 30 core that we picked, and your RAM goes up to 32. So technically, you're no longer just paying 200 bucks more, and that's why the price. So right now it's 3,800 bucks, whereas my base model was $3,189. So you're paying a lot more than what they're telling you. And yes, you are getting more, but you're paying for that. So in my case, I'm actually gonna remove this. I'm gonna go on and stick with my base model, which is at $3,189. And down here below, you will see that the dates have changed. So right now I'm just gonna get in a few days, whereas before, since I customized it, it was gonna take way longer. Which, by the way, if you are upgrading to a 30 core, just go on and get the Max. So again, instead of modifying this one, just go ahead and select the M2 Max if you're thinking of upgrading, just like I was, until I realized that it went up a lot more than what I thought it did. So right now on the bottom, I'm gonna see my total, which is $3,600. Again, make sure your postal code is fine. Going to checkout. Sometimes when you go into checkout, for some reason it's no longer logged in, so you have to log in again, but never choose guest checkout. Not even if it's a gift for somebody. And that's because you can track your Mac if you have an Apple ID. You can always log into your account, see what's going on. Maybe if you needed to get it repaired later on, you can just log in and do that. If it gets lost, a lot of stuff can be done if you have an Apple ID. So do not do a guest checkout. Again, even if it's a gift, it's worth it to have an Apple ID. So go ahead, log in, and then continue on. Now, once you do so, just scroll down and you're gonna see your options finally. So right here, you can get it as soon as today for $13, which is great if you're in an emergency, or you can have it delivered to you and you're gonna get it later. In my case, I'm in no hurry. I don't see why I would pay to go pick it up. I'd rather have it shipped to my house, more convenient that way. So we can just go on and continue to shipping address. So right here, just make sure your address is okay, everything's okay. Scroll all the way down. If you don't have a phone number, for example, it does give you the option to put in, I don't have a phone number. Just put a check mark right here on the left hand side. But other than that, just continue all the way down here. It's going to say continue to payment. And just click on continue to payment. Under payment, like I mentioned before, you can always go on and put in your credit card, debit card, or go into Apple Pay. So you still have that option here. Now if I click on credit card or debit card, it's going to ask me for my info. So just type it in. Type in your expiration date. And then just put in the back of your credit card. From there, just scroll down. Make sure your billing address is okay. And once you do that, go all the way down and just review your order. Or if you want to do Apple Pay, it still gives you that option. So just click on Apple Pay. Then it's going to bring you up to this page where it's telling you if you're ready. So again, this would be your last warning. Make sure everything looks good. And on the left hand side, just put a check mark by the terms and conditions. Keep scrolling down and you can keep going with your credit card or your Apple Pay. In this case, I changed it to Apple Pay. So I'm going to go on and continue with Apple Pay. Now, if you did continue with Apple Pay, just make sure to have your iPhone near you or your Apple Watch. It's going to ask you to just confirm your payment amount. And that's it. Then you're going to see this page where it's going to tell you when it's going to be delivered. And you're going to see your order number plus your email up there as well. At this point in time, you should be getting an email. You can log in to see all the time what's going on. Usually it's processing until the last minute. Once they ship it, that's when you're going to see that they charge your credit card and you're all good to go. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, comments, you guys can write down here in the comments area. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you.